Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. I'm so happy you chose to stop by. But if this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinitos DIY. Today I'm going to share with you how I made some Halloween treats. So with all of that being said, let's begin. So here I have a popcorn bag that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to go right ahead and trace it over this styrofoam. The size of the styrofoam, I honestly can tell you I don't remember, but it is pretty thick. So if you have heard me before when I stated that whenever I have thin styrofoam, I like to cover it up with some plastic wrap, and that's only from preventing it from curving. Well, this styrofoam, because it is pretty thick, I'm not going to be doing that to it. So once I have my popcorn bag all traced out, then I'm just going to use a knife, and then I'm going to be cutting this out. I'm going to try to stay on that black line that I made there. And if you do use a knife, please be careful not to cut yourself. You can also have the kiddos do this, but make sure that you do that part first, because we would hate for them to get cut. So here I have this smoothing block, and it is a 150 by 220 grit, I believe. And all I'm going to do is just sand the sides, and that's it. So right after you finish sanding, you want to make sure that you clean your surface, because you do not want any of that pieces of styrofoam in your clay. Otherwise you will see it and it won't look so good. So here I have some clay. Now you also want to make sure you condition your clay very well, and this will help from preventing from any bubbles building up or any lines down the road. So now I'm just going to go right ahead and cover my entire piece of foam. And then all I'm doing here is just using my hands. I'm going to gather all the clay as you see here. And then I'm just going to start trimming off any extra clay. And I'm just going to continue doing this until I am satisfied, because it is a lot of clay. It took me a while to cut most of it all off. Took me a while to cut it off. But still, you want to make sure that you don't do it too thin as well, because if it dries, when it dries, because it will, when it dries, you are taking a chance that it'll crack, or there will be a line, and you don't want that to happen. So I am going to be adding some black strips to my popcorn, and all I'm doing here, just adding, I believe the size of strips that I'm going to be cutting were half of an inch, and I'm just going to need 9, and I'm going to just add them like about half of an inch apart from each other. Now, because again, the size of my foam is a little thick, I don't know how many you'll be needing if you choose to do this, but mine, it took about 9. And all I'm doing here is I'm not adding any glue. I'm just adding the clay on top of the purple clay, and then I'm just trimming off any extra clay. Because the clay is soft, there's no need to add any glue. If you like, that's totally up to you. I do know that later down I did had to add some glue, because my clay did dry by then, and I will share with you when I went ahead and added some glue. So as you can see, this is how simple this is to do. I do love how the colors, the combination of these two colors, they go very well together. Now, if you know that I'm not really crazy about dark colors, then yeah, it gets a little bit of getting used to it. I do love how it all came out. Just being that it's Halloween, I wanted to use something other than just pink, because I know that pink and black goes very well together, but I wanted to try out some purple, but again, you can do whatever color you want. Anyways, so as you can see here, I am already done. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right ahead and place it to the side, because I want it to be completely dry before I start adding the rest of the stuff to it. And in the meantime, I'm just, again, cleaning my surface. Want to make sure that I get all of those pieces of foam picked up, because I do not want it on to get stuck in my clay and what have you. So here I have my candy. Now on the candy, I'm not sure if you can see, you can partly see just barely there, but where I went ahead and made some deep cuts, that is so you can tell that it's pieces of chocolate. Yes, I do know that this piece is styrofoam. As you can see, it's pretty thick, but I'm okay with it. It is a fake bake, so you can make it a little thinner. Now, if you do want to make it thinner, that's probably when you're going to want to, just to be on the safe side, you want to add some plastic wrap, just so it won't bend on you. Again, because you can see how thick this piece of foam I didn't have to really do that to it. If I would have cut it in half, I would say of what this foam is right here, I probably still could get away with not adding any uh plastic wrap. But I would say that if the foam sheet is not the foam sheet, but the foam styrofoam, if it's about, I would say maybe like in half of an inch thick, then yes, you do want to add some plastic wrap, just so from preventing it from curving. All right, so then as you saw there, I just used my dowel and then I just went ahead and pressed down where I had cut deep ends, to that four squares, so they can see, so they can look like it's a chocolate. And then I'm going back to my popcorn. Now this is the color that I chose to my popcorn to be. And all I'm going to do is just make what I made, about 9, 10 balls here. They don't have to be all perfect. Keep in mind, popcorn is not perfect circles. So I just made balls and then I went in with my fingers as you saw, and I just started squeezing them around, try to make it an odd shape and not an actual circle. And then here with the little pieces of popcorn that I'm going to be adding, I just use this, I forgot what it's called, but it's a ball, two balls at the end of the tool or something. I know there's a name for it, I just can't remember. I'll edit it in the video. Anyway, so I just went ahead and pressed down and then I pulled back, and that's how I made those little pieces. I added between 3 to 4 each one of my popcorns that you can see there. Well, you almost can see. And now this is where by now the clay was a bit dry, but because the clay that I'm handling right now, the orange one, that is still soft, so I really did not need it to add any glue to it. So, and the reason I'm doing that is because since I'm adding a different color, I don't want to, where if you were to look down and, after adding all of my popcorns, you'll see the purple going, right through. So what I just added, like small piece of orange in there, piece of brown, not brown, orange, piece of orange clay. Oh my God, words are hard today. Anyways, so, and then I just started adding my popcorn all the way around. I did had to use some, not use, but had to make a little bit more, because I went ahead and remembered that I had some eyeballs that I got from the Dollar Tree, and some I also picked up from Hobby Lobby, either Hobby Lobby or Walmart. I can't really remember which store that I found some, but here are some that I found, and I just went ahead and added in there. I added about 3. Now these I did had to glue down because the popcorn, by then it was already too dry to hold these pieces of plastic eyeballs, and plus I had the fan running, so of course I wanted to make sure that they're secure, so I just went ahead and used some tacky glue to glue them down, and not realizing that I had add one on each end. It kind of almost looked like my popcorn had it was like a little, well, it had eyes, right? But like it almost looked like I purposely did it, and I didn't. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks pretty cool. If you guys are following Debbie from Debbie's Bright Ideas, you know how she likes adding all of her creations have little people, I mean not little people, but like little characters, and she had eyes and little mouths and all that, and it's really cute. It actually reminded me of one of her creations, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. So I just went ahead and went ahead and glued it down, because I really love how her creations, they always look when she add little eyeballs and what have you. So again, I came in back in later and I added more popcorn wherever the spaces were at, and this is how quick and simple this was to make. Again, you can have the little kiddos, help you out. I know summer is coming along and they'll be out of school, so this will be great for them to do. Just keep in mind that whenever it comes to cutting anything, it's best that an adult does it rather than to have the little one do it, because we don't want them to get hurt. All right, so now I am going to go back to fixing up my chocolate. And I'm going to be adding a black wrapper on my to wrap my chocolate bar in. And again, very easy. I want to make sure that it's soft. Now, to make it look like it was peeled back, what I went ahead and did, after I wrapped the bottom piece, I went in with another piece. I rolled out. I don't remember if I rolled it out, but anyways, it's just a long strip, and I went in there and then folded the strip. Now, I am sorry, I should have mentioned it earlier about the angle of the camera. I know There were some parts that you probably weren't able to see very well, but this is where I'm, here where I did roll out a piece of clay, and then I just started folding it over and then try to pinch it where it kind of mimicked like the clay was ripped. And I went in as well with my scissors and I just snipped some parts here and there, making it look like, it was pulled back, ripped, and what have you. And this is how I did my candy bar. There you can see me just pinching the ends, or like the middle of it, not the ends, but like in the middle, try to give it more of that pull back wrap. You can barely see there. Anyway, so this is how I made my candy. Now I do want my candy bar and my popcorn to have glitter, and I thought I had like black, I guess it's fine glitter, but I didn't. And so I had to use the chunky glitter. And of course, here's is where I come in with my glue. And then I just want to go ahead and make sure that I spread the glue out evenly. Because when you add the glitter, you don't want there to be chunks only in certain spots. So you want the whole thing to be covered out evenly. Now, the only thing I don't like about chunky glue is that it's very messy, and it's very hard on the hands, I guess. I'm sure all glitter is, but this right here, I just didn't like that it comes off so easily, unlike the other glue, or maybe because it's black and you're able to see it a lot faster than the white glitter. But as long as you make sure that you glue everything down and you just, I guess it would be fine, but do expect there to, whenever you move it around or what have you, there's going to be glitter. But then again, I guess that's to everything. So here I just went in, I forgot to record this, but I just showing you here that these are the cookie cutters that I use, and I just added the word chalk. Of course, rest of the letters are missing because we pulled back the wrap. But anyways, here's a closer look, my friends. This is also the end of the video. I hope you enjoy this quick video. If you do decide to make one, I hope you get to share with me. And don't forget to comment, like, and share this video. If you have not subscribed, I really hope you consider subscribing. And I will talk to you until the next time, my friends, on the next video. So until the next time, stay safe, be kind, bye.